moving forward from college, from this injury and situation, what did your life then look like? What were you doing next?
Yeah, so it was time to figure out what I was going to do next, like what would be my career. And always loved jewelry, had an interest in that, so decided that I was going to pursue a job in jewelry. I started at a store called Price Jewelers that had opened in a big outlet mall when these were first opening up. I started on a Sunday. It was a pretty new store, and all of us were learning. By Thursday of that week, the guy who was the manager needed help and needed someone to like plan the work schedules and figure all that kind of management things out. I didn't know much about jewelry, but I knew how to plan work schedules. I knew how to lead people, and suddenly, I became the supervisor. And then, like 3 weeks later, as he began to see more of my leadership skills, I became the assistant manager. And I think it was interesting because he figured, and this made sense because I've kind of done the same thing later in life, that, there are things he could teach me about the jewelry business, but it's kind of hard to teach adults how to be leaders, right? It's a lot different than learning it when we're younger, and it's kind of ingrained in our DNA. So that was a really cool start. I went, they supported me, and I went to school at the Gemological Institute of America, kind of doing home study. And this was before virtual study, of course. So it was interesting. They would send you a couple lessons and actually send you some diamonds and gemstones in the mail that you would kind of grade and work with. And then you would send back and, be at a certificate in diamonds and diamond grading and fine jewelry management. But I also, at the same time, would tell the owner of this store, like, you keep passing over me for being manager. You're investing all this money, but unfortunately, if you don't give me an opportunity to lead the store, then somebody else is going to benefit from it. So sure enough, a couple years later, it was time to really move on, and found a great store named Block Jewelers, and was a father-son business. The son was at the store I was at, became a really great lifelong friend. And he was really willing to let me learn as much as I wanted, do as much as I wanted. And all of that training, really kind of set me up for later in life. And eventually I realized that I was making other people, a lot of money, and not myself. So I thought maybe I can do this on my own, and decided it was time to open up my own jewelry store. So found a small little corner store in the neighborhood I grew up in. I wasn't like one of these third generation jeweler guys. My dad was a roofer, in fact, so I wasn't a rich kid either, and just worked hard and saved up some money, had a lot of people believe in me. And, in April of 94, opened the store, and it was really cool. I had 3 brothers, 2 sisters. So, a lot of people knew the family name from scouting or sports or school. So jewelry is the kind of thing you need to trust the person, and that whole trustworthy life that I was living didn't hurt either. So it was very cool and very exciting to see a dream like that come to life.
So that's business number 2 already in our conversation. I think we just started. You very much seem to be able to put together the skills that you've learned as a youth in order to build yourself, grow yourself into who you want to be. This has been a clip of the Born to Be a Scout podcast. To catch the rest of this episode and any other episode or post, follow us on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram at Born to Be a Scout podcast, or look out for full episodes on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. If you are a scout who would like to take your leadership in scouting, or even your future business career to the next level, be sure to check out NYLT Leadership Academy this summer and Leadership Heights at the 2026 National Scout Jamboree. In the meantime, be sure to lead your own adventure.